Hi, I'm Tom Hakeem, and I'd like to welcome you to Meet the Candidates, an opportunity for you to see the people that are going to help run this area, hold this whole township. And you know what? You might find somebody you like. The most important thing to remember is to vote. This morning, I'm starting out with my good friend, Noah Cannon.
Thank you, Tom.
Hi, thank you for coming.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah. So Noah's running for supervisor of the township. Mm-hmm. Before we get going, tell us a little bit personally about yourself and your family and why you don't sleep at night.
Yeah. I've been, a resident of the township since I was born, so 25 years. I have now started my family here. I have a 1-month-old up to a 3-year-old, so definitely very busy, but, I've had opportunities to have businesses in this township, like I said, start my own family as well, and really want to see us keep advancing and, being the best possible for the next generation as well.
What kind of background do you have?
Yeah, so I graduated high school right here in Chippewa Valley. Right out of school, I went into banking in the financial side. After a few years of that, decided to start my own business, like I said, right here in the township. So first time kind of into politics, but I think I have a little bit of a diverse background that could definitely benefit.
The supervisor position here, obviously you're the quarterback for the township. Mm-hmm. And it's important that you're able to get along, which isn't a big thing nowadays. It seems people fight and argue, and one side or the other. How do you feel you're gonna work towards always making things? I always feel that they can get better as far as inclusion goes and putting things aside.
Exactly. I think that's key. I think in our board meetings, between all of our board members, getting along and not looking one side versus the other, but what's best for our residents. This is who we're here to serve. Also getting, younger voters out, seeing what they want to see, what changes they want to see in the township as well, and making it a township that, everybody wants to call home for work, play, and, start their families here.
That's an interesting point. You're a young family yourself. What changes and additions would you like to see in the township?
Mm-hmm. I think a big thing is, continuing kind of the direction we've been going a lot with, parks, the new splash pad in the township, doing things to invite young families, welcome them. But a big key, I feel, is also making people feel safe, making them feel comfortable to call Clinton Township home is a big one.
You went through the Chippewa Valley schools?
Yes.
So you're familiar with these schools, and we have 5 districts, I think, in the township, if I'm not mistaken. You feel comfortable with your kids going to school here and growing up here?
Definitely. That was a big, big factor when we, decided to move and start our family. One was not only what the township has to offer us as a young family, but also you have to think, where do you want your kids to go? And, I had only positive with Chippewa Valley and, want the same for my kids.
In order to draw people to the township, I think you need to, we're pretty well grown out, but we still need business. Mm-hmm. Businesses create jobs in all of Macomb. So what do you think's missing that would draw even more business opportunity? You're a businessman.
Yeah. I think giving, being the backbone for our business, being there every step of the way to support them, make sure that it's easy for them to decide to choose to call Clinton Township their home. With that, I think comes 2 things. Obviously, we don't want to over-regulate, make things complicated, but I think also there's businesses that we need to, be a little bit more regulated after some of the recent incidents and whatnot.
Good point.
To ensure, again, the safety for the residents as well.
Just a sidebar here. Noah Cannon. We'll make it clear you're not related to the Cannon Bob Robert who's been around here forever, correct?
That's correct. I am
Okay, so
not.
we just want to clear that ahead of time.
Perfect.
When you get up in the morning and you begin your day, you already got a young family, you got a business. What would make you desire to be in a position to run the township?
Definitely. I take a lot in the responsibility. It's definitely a lot. But, the key for me is not doing it just for myself, but one, for the residents, but second, for the next generation. I want hopefully my kids to want to stay in the township, find it a place they want to call home, raise their family. And, that's the key. Definitely.
Is there there's specifics? Probably there's a great township. You mentioned the splash pad and the parks and we've done a good job here, I think. But where do you see it like to really create some improvement in what areas?
So I think one key is definitely building more community involvement and, to continue to build off of it. I think ever since COVID, it's definitely been a challenge, getting people together like we used to, but, making that real sense of community. I look at some of our neighboring townships, cities, and, see great things they're doing. Things like even as simple as farmers markets and different things that not only make it a fun place for the residents, but also help to support, a lot of local people,
No, it's good. I think that I agree, since the pandemic, things have changed. People have changed, and I think it's getting a little better. We have some good areas. We have Partridge Creek and other places that people can start to gather. Some great events like the 4th of July celebration and the census. We have some good events, but I think I would agree. I think that there's a key to adding to what we're doing and building more interaction with the community. I think the splash pad is great. I took my grandkids there, and they're coming again in July. They keep talking about it.
Yeah.
So it'll be good. So when you started your business, that I know from experience is the ultimate challenge, in my opinion. After being in banking and involved, what caused you to say, hey, I got to do this on my own now?
I think that's really the American dream, to have something of your own and hopefully be able to pass it on to your kids. And also, like I said, right out of high school, I went into banking, started working young. So I love the challenge, but also I love to give back to the community. And, when you have your own business, you definitely have that opportunity to help out a lot more.
There's a tremendous challenge, obviously, in any position, especially like the township. You're basically where the buck stops for all the employees in the township and all the departments. How do you see yourself familiarizing yourself with the different departments and department heads, et cetera?
Yeah, I think a big key is, number one, getting really to know the people, these department heads, seeing what's working, what they want to see different as well, and what we can do to, one, make their job easier, but second, to make it the most efficient as possible. That's a big thing, definitely having your own business. You're the one who's accountable for everything, and you have to stand behind it because there isn't someone else to, support.
Dump on.
Exactly. So definitely, being accountable, setting expectations, but also making it the most efficient way as possible.
Yeah, makes sense. So there's different opportunities that come along, and I'm sure as your aspiration to become supervisor, let's make an assumption you become supervisor, you do a good job. What would be beyond that? Would you aspire to continue in politics, or maybe wake up and say this is not the dream I thought it was?
No, my goal would definitely to, be around in the politics. Definitely, like I said, my first job was very rewarding, getting to help people with their finances, young and old. Becoming a business owner, one of the most rewarding things I have to say. But again, I think when we talk looking at politics, it's doing more for the people and not so much for obviously we benefit in it, but
You won't get rich.
exactly, it's not about the money. It's really for me about being here and being the change people want to see. And this is what motivates me every day.
Well, I think Noah, you've got a good base, and in the next few minutes, why don't you tell the viewers why they should vote for you for supervisor of Clinton Township?
For sure. I think that we have a lot of great choices, a lot of candidates that have a lot to offer in this position. I think one thing I can say about myself is, starting out young and doing big things in my career, I think really pushed me to be the best possible, learn the best way to do it. And I always love a challenge. And this, I think, is definitely one of the biggest challenges that I could definitely choose. But I'm eager to learn and eager to serve the people. I think we have to put politics aside, personal agendas aside, and really be the voice for the people. Because my point of view is, yes, you're in charge of the township, but the people, the residents, that's who our boss is. This is who we're working for. Making sure that they have a safe place, to come express their concerns and also get the young people out to kind of what they want to see and, hopefully make it the best township overall for all the people. But really, like I said, I think it boils down to being the voice for the people.
Well, I appreciate that. On behalf of everybody here in the township and who I speak for, myself included, I want to thank you for even taking the challenge to move into an area of politics and leadership in today's environment. It's very, very difficult, and I think it always comes around, has throughout my lifetime. And also, while I say that, I want to wish you the best of luck in running in your campaign, and we'll see you hopefully in the future.
Yeah, thank you so much. The pleasure was mine, and I appreciate your time as well.
Okay, well, Mr. Noah Cannon, thank you so much for being with us. And for Meet the Candidates, this is Tom Hakeem.